What sort of transportation got you to the country and back of an evening?
A horse and wagon. My father always had one or two horses. And, I don't remember having a surrey, but we had buggies.
We have some of your toys here that you used to play with at home. These toys that you've donated to the Oliver House so that others will get to see them. Now, I understand that these actually were your mother's as well?
I think the cradle was my mother's that she had played with, but I think she made that quilt for me to play with.
It's all hand-stitched?
Yes.
And you had a little doll for here?
Yes.
And then there's also the little table and chairs. Are they homemade?
I don't know their origin, but I had them to play with, I know. And I had little tea sets and dishes that, much like the ones children have today.
This looks brand new. You must have been very careful with your toys.
I don't remember about that, but I do remember it was used a great deal.
Did you have any brothers and sisters?
No.
Who did you play with?
When I was growing up, there were several children about my age between where I lived and the corner of North Avenue. Of course, it was called Head Street then. And there were several families with children, so there always seemed to be many to play with.
Had the hospital been built then?
Oh, no. The Morgan family lived in a very large house where the hospital now stands, and they had a large family, though all the children were older than I. The two youngest ones were closer to my age, and we often played in their yard because it was a large yard and the house set back from the street quite a ways. Then next to them toward town was a family by the name of Ramsey, and they had 3 children, later a 4th one, who were closer to my age. And I played with them a great deal, particularly with the daughter, Adia, who had so many beautiful toys to play with.
What ones do you remember?
Well, she had an electric stove.
Really
that
electric?
really worked. It was very small, but we were allowed to use it. And she had one of the early baby dolls that was very lifelike. But she was always very generous with her toys, and I never felt that I was underprivileged because I had an opportunity to play with hers.
When you'd go out to play, did you have different clothes for play, for school, for home? How were little girls dressed in those days?
I don't remember too much about it. I think I did when I was maybe in the 1st grade and before I went to school. I had white aprons or pinafores that I wore over my dress, and I'm sure I had to change my clothes when I came home from school. And